Hello, welcome to the program. I'm Amanda. The world in Ukraine has taken a critical turn since the US and Israel attacked Iran at the end of February. While Russia launches intense aerial attack in our neighborhood, it is at the same time benefit from higher fuel prices and relaxed sanctions due to this Middle East conflict. So where does the balance lie now in Ukraine world, and what impact are events in the Middle East having on the conflict in Ukraine? We will talk to our guests shortly, but first a report from Felix. Let's bring our guests. Join us from Japan is Lisa Yan, the CEO from Japan Advisory, a strategic consultancy focused on Russia and Eurasia. In Taiwan, Jenny Hall, the chief diplomatic correspondent from UPRO at the New York Times. Gentlemen, welcome to you all. Let's start with you, Lisa. Is the Iran war effectively not pumping up Russia's those higher oil prices, and how big a boost is that from Moscow's world effort?
Russia is definitely making much more money from selling its oil, and this has been happening since the conflict started. In March alone, the high prices brought about $10 billion extra to the Russian government. While these high prices and big sales continue, it is wrong to say that this extra money has saved Russia or changed its plan in Ukraine. Russia already expected to lose a lot of money this year, so the extra oil cash just means they need to borrow much less. Therefore, the extra money does not really change Russia's overall economy or take away a lot of pressure from its government. The long-term results will depend on how long this political and war situation lasts.
Jenny, if the revenue continue to hold up for Russia, what does that do for Ukraine in terms of its position in the world?
I don't think that Russia's increased revenue will affect Ukraine's position in the war. Russia is not losing, but it's also not making a significant progress. And of course, the front line right now is still very stagnant. However, Russia's face a significant shortage of air defense missiles because some of them are being used by America and its allies in other conflicts. So the supplies are very limited. As a result, I think the shortage of the air defense missiles may cause more impacts on Ukraine rather than Russia's increased revenue.
Lisa, if price stay high and export keep moving, do you see any change at all for de-escalation or fraud fatigue in Moscow becoming a bigger factor?
Even if oil prices stay high and money keeps coming in, a quick de-escalation is unlikely because Moscow is fully committed to this conflict. The high oil revenue gives the government enough money to keep fighting, meaning they do not feel forced to stop. At the same time, true war fatigue is growing among ordinary Russian families who are tired of the ongoing cost and loss of life. However, this public fatigue has not changed the government's plans yet because leaders in Moscow still control the country very tightly. Therefore, the high oil prices are helping the government to ignore the war fatigue for now.
Jenny, looking at the political momentum, do you see any clear replacement for leverage that the US applied before Trump's focus shifted elsewhere?
I don't think that Russia's increased revenue will affect Ukraine's position in the war. Russia is not losing, but it's also not making a significant progress. So the front line right now is still very stagnant. However, Ukraine has faced a shortage of the air defense missile because some of them are being used by America and its allies in other conflicts. So the supplies are very limited. As a result, I think the shortage of the air defense missile may cause more impact on Ukraine rather than Russia's increased revenue.
Gentlemen, there we have to end it. Many thanks indeed for taking part in the program. Lisa Yed in Japan and Jenny Hall in Taiwan.
Thanks for watching. You can see the program again at any time by going to the website that's at aljazeera.com.
For further discussion, join us on our Facebook page at facebook.com/AJ Inside Story. And of course, you can always join our conversation on X. Our handle there at AJ Inside Story.
For now, that is from me, Amanda, and the team here in Taichung. Al Jazeera Live coverage continue in just a moment. Stay with us.